just want to play a game. Man, it's so much easier to play games on Hearthstone than playing a ton of that. And all you have to do is just click. Sometimes you have to wait a little while. Sometimes you have to wait like 15, 20 seconds. But you don't have to go through this thing and then ready up and then wait for the opponent to start. And if they're not there, then you have to go find another game. But, alright. Looks like... Looks like something that I don't really want, to be honest. I don't have any way to reanimate my spells. All I have is one guy. Yeah, I think we're going to go for another one here. This one's worse. Well, alright. If I do draw a swamp at some point, then I'm going to win. If I draw a swamp turn 1, I would not be unhappy. If this was just swamp, then this probably would have been a snap keep. But as it stands, it becomes a very bad hand. That if I draw a swamp, I can win. Island, it's not a great draw. Though to be honest, if I do get a third land, then I can just windfall and hopefully draw into a swamp. Especially if my opponent doesn't play anything here. That would be pretty awesome because I would be able to get 2 cards into my graveyard. No, Doomblade, why you be here? Yeah, I would have been able to get 2 cards into my graveyard, probably pick up a swamp somewhere along the lines. Maybe I should be playing the Evolving Wilds instead of like just take out 2 swamps and 2 islands and play all the Evolving Wilds. Or maybe I don't need to be playing this many islands now that I think about it, because almost all of the stuff that I want to do in the beginning of the game is swamp related. In fact, almost all the spells that I want to cast are swamps. But this is not going well. Yeah, I'm gonna have to relook at the deck because I think that almost all of the islands are stuff that I like don't need to cast. Oh wow, my opponent is just playing Abyssin's Glory. I thought he was playing the new deck that runs Soul Warden, Bouncing Boon, but it looks like he's sticking with that Abyssin's Glory. There we go. Got that swamp. Okay, so now we need to make a decision. It's not that tough. Turns out the decision is pretty easy. It's going to be a Putrid Imp. And we are probably going to discard Demon of Deathgate. That's not good. I hope I draw another swamp so I can actually Doomblade one of these things, but yeah. Oop, and a champion. We are taking hits here. Yeah, I think I'm actually just going to discard those 3 and chump block something here. But first I have to block because the ability makes it so you can't block. So first, block, then you'd start discarding. I could discard... No, that wouldn't be enough. Just pitching cards. Alright, so yeah, that's 6. I was going to say, I could discard all of them to make my guy a 2-2, but that doesn't do anything. Considering his guy is a 5-5. So, yeah, there's that. Wow, he's down to 3 cards. I guess he just cast... He only cast 2 cards. Exhume. Obviously, it makes sense to do this before I... Yeah, let's see. Maybe I do want to get this guy. Well, this guy's bigger. And I might actually need a giant creature right here to be decent at blocking. So this one, each player then draw green. Okay, so this is actually not going to be that good. Would have been good if I had gotten on turn 3, but past that, not very good. So if my opponent plays obviously Increasing Devotion, then I'm dead. Because all of his guys are going to get +10/+10. And then he only needs to even hit me for 2, even though he's going to have 3 that are going to hit me. But Geist Honored Monk also probably kills me. Path to Exile also probably kills me. No, he needs to get a thing now. Alright, well, I mean, I'm still not... Okay. That's pretty bad. So I need to draw Land and Living Death, which is going to be pretty hard with 1 draw. Alright, so actually, am I just dead? 8, 11... Yeah, no, I'm down to 1. So yeah, I need to draw Living Death plus Land, which is impossible with 1 draw. Unfortunate, though. If I did have Living Death in this situation, then, I mean, that's exactly what the card is for, but, yeah, well, let's Windfall. For funsies. You can draw more cards, sir. I have no problem with this. Yeah, that's one of the main problems with this deck that I've been seeing, is the spells that you're reanimating don't have immediate effects. So there's no Massacre Worm. Massacre Worm is like exactly the thing that you want. You want Massacre Worm and that demon that kills everything. What was that called? Why didn't he attack with everything? Whatever. The demon that killed everything from the black deck, that kills all non-black, non-artifact creatures when it enters. You need that kind of stuff. Maybe it would have been too overpowered for Duels of the Planeswalkers, but oh man. Maybe it would have been too overpowered, but I mean, as it stands, you really have to like kind of hope that you get the perfect draw. And then past that, you have to hope that your opponent's not playing a deck that can beat it, like just by playing a 1-mana spell to kill your guy. Like you did there. I mean, I went through so much work, and he just Path to Exile. So, we're going to keep this one. We actually can get this guy into the graveyard without any help, so that's good. And I have an Exhume, but it's still not going to be until turn 4 that I get that in there, unless I draw one of the imps. Alright, so looks like Absence Glory is still out in force. But, I mean, I do have this accumulated knowledge, so I can start cycling. That guy's pretty good here, because I can just ditch this Sphinx and then Exhume it. Oh man, Putrid Imp. Oh wait, actually no, that's pretty good, because I can still Putrid Imp, get rid of Sphinx, and then play it, and then Exhume it, I mean. So that should work out pretty decently. Unless my opponent has 2 1-drops here, in which case I'm going to be under a lot of pressure. But it does sort of make that deck look silly. It's just like, ha, I made a 3/3 on turn 2. You're going to die. And that's like best case scenario. And this deck's like, oh, I just played a 6/6 flyer that can draw me cards. Is that cool? Is that allowed? Alright, so we are going to play a Putrid Imp. And then activate its ability, discarding Sphinx of Magosi. And then, voila! Exhume. So, we got ourselves a bro. But again, that deck does run and Oblivion Ring and Path to Exile. So, he's got a Path to Exile right here. I mean, that's exactly the issue with this deck, in a nutshell. And not only does it get rid of it, but it gets rid of it to the point where we can't even get it back. It's away. It's exiled. So yeah, I mean, putting reanimator decks that don't do too much in a format like this kind of just seems silly. I don't know why he attacked with that. I can just block it and discard something, but that's not even worth it for me, because I want to be playing this thing probably next turn. Doom Traveler, and also like one of the main reanimator spells is Reanimate, which makes you take a lot of damage. So yeah, don't really know how this deck is supposed to win. All right, so do we play this or cycle this? I think we just cycle this here and hope to draw into an Exhume. Alright, See Beyond is probably pretty bad here, but we're just going to do it anyway. Did he play this post-combat? He totally did. I just, like, did not even see that one. Alright. So hopefully here, I mean, the best case scenario would be we draw into Living Death after he plays some more things. I could discard my hand and make this guy a 2/2, but I'm not going to do that. It's just not prudent here. Alright, so he's got some more guys. And you can hit me for 7 here. Alrighty. You got it. You got it. Oh my god. The draw power. But I'm probably just going to do 1 this turn. Well, maybe I should do it again. I could do that. The problem with that guy is he takes a while to get going. Yeah, I really need to draw Living Death here, so I'm actually just going to play this as well. To draw 3 more cards. I can reanimate something, but it does not sound prudent. So yeah, we're just going to ship the turn back. We're going to chump block, and then hope to draw into Living Death, because that's really the only thing that saves us here. I don't even think this thing comes back, because I'm pretty sure Living Death just exiles all the creatures instead of getting them killed. So obviously, actually, it's not exactly obvious what I discard here, but I will tell you in just a moment. Alright, so the cards to discard are Demon of Death's Gate and Doom Necromancer, as well as one of these guys. You leave the other one out so that you can discard him when this one comes into play. When I draw Living Death. Living Death or Living End? Living Death. There's another one, a Cascade one that's Living End. Right, he's not going to play anything, which is smart here. And we did not draw it. So the only thing to do here is to murder ourselves. Oh, this is just not going well. So I guess I'm just going to... It's like Anti-Enduranked, just keep playing until you win a game.